Um, Good afternoon and welcome to Occupying Stand here on YouTube. Well, you realize that we are not recording from our usual studio. It means that we're in any studio near the Tekemu. Na yɛkɔ AJ Sports Complex. Emergency times calls for emergency measures. Enti Tekemu a yɛkɔ. Na then I'm about to say there you asesa your tools are. We are on the road heading to the AJ Sports Complex. It's all about someone last week you didn't come on concerning Chairman Alexander Menu, the visitor by studios and Rebecca Saya. Mama I'm share channel and I'm sure say okay that particular interview chairman and on Occupying Stand. Well, he talked about infrastructure, which was a major conversation because a lot of people have criticized him, and most of us said we talk about Sante Koroko, but we don't normally talk about infrastructure, Yanka infrastructure, and the changes in Kotoko. So we talked about it where Okachere said there's something positive on their way coming. At the Papa Binam Kwemuba, where Kumasia Sante Koroko Ebenya, the massive facelift, I call it for some time now. Na Okayano say it's going to be so soon. And the facelift will be something wonderful. All of us will be happy. Na some na yes okay. Yati bi amanfo so yati kotokosani mana. Well, this afternoon, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because we go to the ground for the news. This afternoon, the news about say officially the AJ Sports Complex, the Kings project, air shots here. Now the first part of it, air shots here and there. So initially, we were going to record from our studio. Senenka, yede info kakra about the project and get too many from the studios. But we placed another call to certain key important people in Kotoko. Na baako te ho kyerɛ sɛ ɛbɛyɛ a yɛnkɔ Adako Jachie nkɔhwɛ adeɛ. That was what he told me. So quickly I had to get out my things and set off and go to Adako Jachie just to go and see what is happening. Let me say it, say nipa na nka nkyɛm sɛ biribi kɔ so. But I said I should go and see menkɔ na menkɔhwɛ adeɛ. So we are on our way to the AJ Sports Complex. So we decided to record the first part of the video to see na yɛma mo nkyerɛmu no. Na yɛkɔduru na sɛ biribi so wɔ hɔ a yɛde the second part of the interview no so no yɛde abrɛ mo na ama biribi atumi akɔyɛ. So that's what we are doing. If you are wondering why am I in a car, the reason is because of a visit to AJ. Yes. Now, let's do some news. By Sunday, we are expecting that something unveiling, which is necessary. But more on that in the evening when we get our time to talk about the Kotoko. But now, conversation on the project based on the pictorial evidence, the 3D model, which Yenyen himself project be more model be in a 3D form. They have a company na a kuni and the other corner office na esi ho I see the table so na say what they check. That is what they've done. According to it, there will be a mini stadium. According to the project, according to the video, there will be a mini stadium where, to make it clear, Asante Kotoko will have a pitch back one stance kakra, and that stance, is set to accommodate fans to watch the match. Three major pitches, I can see a and on the project. The first part of it. Now the second one, it's so if you are watching it from this particular image, you realize that pitch, and also, I can see, three from the first side of the image. You see about 4 tall buildings. Set and also it will be bare 4 tall buildings. I can see then you see about some 3 small pitches, be pitches in Kitinkitibi, 2 small pitches, and there are also other ones. So approximately you are looking at close to 7 pitches on a year the place. Mansana, you see a swimming pool. Whether I say there are 2 apartments, and you see a swimming pool, or hobby, and also a cow. Then you see a lawns, they decorate the place to make it look lively and look entertaining to complete the whole place. And it means that if this is anything to go by, it means there will be a lot of changes over the place. Contrary to what we see, we are going to see a different one. So the AJ that we see today will be a different AJ at the end of the day. So I think with this one, we would have to try and meet some of the leaders, show this picture to them, and see how best they can explain things to all of us. Now you're Mama. But I said, this is the new and the breaking news coming in. Currently, you call Asia, there is 1 pitch, and the other one also is an renovation, which they are working on it. We all know the second one. Video fencing, So honestly, before such a thing will happen, it means that the leaders have engaged in a lot of examination or medical the necessary examination or venue order. Omako Park and also the necessary examination, and that examination will give them the advantage of knowing how to design and utilize the land. So, in regards to questions about how they will utilize the land and all that, Bibia Chrese and Sana with the search drawings, it means that you know how you are going to utilize the land and make sure the land will give you the best of things. So, yes, if such a project is able to be completed, honestly speaking, the needed facelifter, so this is just the first part of our conversation. We are on our way. When we get there, hopefully, if what our source is telling us turns out to be true, we get a chance to see some leaders the training facility. If it turns out to be true, we get to see what is happening there, whether I starting there and I am starting there, whatever start watching, and that will give us an informed decision on what to say next, to also add it up to what we've been told by the leaders. That is it. Because na me ba na yede di aka ni nyina no ohu ye no yabo ne tofa e di amamo. Well, the team is not training at the moment, just like we all know, because they are on break and they are set to return nyame ya adoma Sunday for other factors or other activities to continue. We know that the club is being run by the king himself, setting up the structures for the institution, there back with that opinion so a youth team projector. I start here, Ama and Okran, through that the club had some players one more Eddie Omokre, the senior team, for them to also help and play in the Democracy Cup. So these are some of the changes that is set to happen. And for some such announcement to come on, it means that a lot of things have been put in on paper and behind the scenes. So they kind of say, "More wish you all the best," so that at least we can get a welcoming atmosphere when we get to the place. And that is one part of it, so that again, the needed information I penny and sabit miaka near Timidia Edia Somo. Tia Kwaba, Nadia Kim, Bye bye.